Hey everyone, I'm Mike from theparkprodigy.com, and in today's video, if you are trying to figure out which is the better hotel between Universal's Stella Nova versus Universal's Terra Luna Resort right there, I have the video for you. You're not alone. It's difficult trying to figure out what's the best Universal Orlando hotel, but today we have the ultimate showdown between Stella Nova and Terra Luna to figure out which hotel is better for your next family vacation. And to do that, we are going to break down everything from hotel pricing for the rooms to dining options to amenities and what I actually think is the biggest benefit and hidden perk at one of these hotels, the transportation options, but specifically there is a walking path to Epic Universe from one of these hotels. So there's a huge advantage there. And if you plan to take advantage of Epic Universe early park admission, you're gonna wanna know that to try to figure out what's the best hotel, or if you're trying to get the biggest bang for your buck, we're gonna cover that in this video as well, because one of these is gonna be a little bit cheaper than the other. So there's a lot of really helpful stuff. As always, I'm very excited, so let's go get started. Okay, so now let's jump in and let's start with the basics, because you might be wondering, well, Mike, I'm not even familiar with the new hotels over at Universal Orlando, and specifically we have 3 new hotels, but 2 of them right here are going to be sister hotels, and that is going to be Universal Stella Nova Resort and Universal Terra Luna Resort. So they're sister hotels, like I said, and they're going to be in the prime category. So that means they're right in the middle from, a pricing standpoint, but you'll see what I'm seeing is there's actually some really great deals that are going on, specifically going into the summer of 2025 that you might want to take advantage of, and we'll cover that in the pricing section of this video. All right, so now let's go jump into the first hotel, and I'm going to start this comparison by pretty much breaking down and giving you an idea of what's going on in each hotel, and then of course we'll start to pick and choose where we think there might be some pros and where we think there might be some cons. So we are going to start with Universal's Stella Nova Resort, which is right there, right behind me. And so at Universal Stella Nova Resort, it is inspired by the infinite vastness of the unexplored universe. So that is directly from the Universal Orlando website. But both of these hotels have more of a galaxy, like star theme to them, and they're similar in that regard. But here at Universal Stella Nova Resort, some of the important things to keep in mind is when we are talking about the room types, it's pretty easy. We only have standard rooms, and you pretty much have a standard room, and you can upgrade that to have a pool view right here. And essentially this is kind of what the rooms are right here. You can see you really do have a pool view right there, that close. So when we talk about something that I think is probably most important, which is going to be dining, here at Universal Stella Nova Resort, we do have the Cosmos Cafe and Market, which serves breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it's offering American classics like burgers, paninis, fried chicken, and pastas. We have the Galaxy Bar and Galaxy Grill, which is going to be outside near the pool. We have the Nova Bar, perfect for drinks if you're going over to the parks at night before dinner. And then we also have room service. You can get pizza delivered to your room. All right, so another really important thing to keep in mind over at Universal Stella Nova Resort, of course, is the amenities. So I came here for a specific reason, as this is actually one of the first differences between Stella Nova and Terra Luna, and that is going to be this splash pad area right there. So here at Universal Stella Nova Resort, we do have a really amazing pool. I'm pulling up my notes on exactly how big the pool is, but we do have a 10,000 square foot pool, a kids splash area, outdoor games, a relaxing hot tub, fire pits, and then also poolside movies. So I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'll give you an idea of what the pool exactly looks like here at this hotel. All right, so now you could see pretty much this is a huge pool, and the thing that's really cool about it is it's gonna be 0 entry right over there. You could see the poolside bar right there, but this is a huge pool area, and one of the things that we really loved about it too is there is so much covering, like umbrella covering, which, it seems like an obvious one, but if you go to the theme parks as much as I do with the hotels, some of the other hotels don't have this much like covering for the umbrellas, which of course you want to relax, but you don't want to get too much sun also. So it's something that's really important. All right, so some of the other amenities here at this hotel, this one says out of order, but I think it's just the door, right? But we do have a fitness center here, and then we also have a really, really amazing game room to keep the kids busy and occupied at, certain times of the day. And those are pretty much going to be the main amenities here at this hotel, and we'll do a comparison over to the other one. All right, so now I jumped over to Terra Luna Resort, which is the all-new Terra Luna Resort inspired by the thrill of exploring the unknown and pushing the limits of discovery. It's much more than your launch pad into amazing adventures and exclusive theme park benefits at the parks. It's also your landing zone for relaxation, recharging between the fun. So that's official from the Universal Orlando website. But you could see behind me, you could see that the lobby definitely has a different feel. And also I really like, just my initial thoughts is I really like the cafe a little bit better than over at Stella Nova. But let's jump in. I'll start to break down the rooms and amenities, all that good stuff. All right, so now over at Terra Luna Resort, we have to break down the rooms, and you're gonna see right behind me, those are the rooms. It's pretty much exactly the same. We only have standard rooms. You can't do too much overthinking when it comes to picking the rooms. Now you can upgrade and you can get a pool view room, right, at either of the hotels, but that's pretty much kind of the rooms. And once I break down the amenities, I will talk about pricing. That's where you'll see a difference. All right, but first let's jump into the food options. And the food options here at Terra Luna are gonna be similar like food variety, right? But the names of them are going to be Omega Cafe and Market, the Moonrise Bar and Moonrise Grill, which is going to be outside at the pool. The Luna Bar, again, Luna Bar, perfect for those craft cocktails before you go back over to City Walk or to go to dinner or you're on vacation. Whenever you want a craft cocktail, right? As long as they're open. And then of course, we do also have the pizza delivery room service. So now one of the things I will say, one kind of differences, and this is minimal, right? But I just overall felt that the seating area, the vibe here at this hotel for the restaurant was better. It felt a little bit bigger. It felt a little bit, you didn't feel as like on top of each other as you did over at Stella Nova. All right, so now let's start to break down the amenities here at Terra Luna Resort. So of course we have the pool here. So this resort features a zero entry pool with a hot tub, lounge, and tabletop seating in the pool area and select outdoor games. So now one of the things that I think is interesting is I did read online that the hot tub here at this hotel is bigger than the other hotel. So when you start to take a look at that and at the fact that there's no splash pad area, right? This hotel is going to be a little bit better for adults visiting Universal Orlando, right? If you're visiting with kids, you might want the splash pad area, especially out here by the pool, but you could see plenty of shaded areas, plenty of umbrellas to enjoy the fun. And I'll give you one last glimpse of the entire pool area. The pools are different shapes, so I actually think they're about the same size. And over there is the pool bar, but overall just a great pool area. All right, and just like over at Stella Nova, here at Terra Luna, we do have the game room and we have the fitness center. And then also at both of these hotels, I'll show you, you're gonna have a merchandise shop as well. And so here's the merchandise shop here at Terra Luna Resort. As you can see, we have a ton of Epic Universe merch out for you guys to enjoy. And you'll be able to grab your favorite merchandise throughout either of these hotels. I would say they're both going to be very similar. There's no real advantage when you're doing Stella Nova versus Terra Luna, but we'll see. Now we're going to talk about pricing, which is going to be something that is important and could be a deciding factor. All right, so now let's start to dive in and start to think about what are the biggest differences, what matters for you when you're picking between Terra Luna now in reverse and Stella Nova right over there, right? So we're gonna jump in and now from a pricing standpoint, right? How much are these hotels per night? Now, these are part of the Universal Prime Value Resorts. And what I went and I did is I went and I looked at July 13th to 17th, so it's a 4-night stay, at the pricing of these two hotels. And what I found was Terra Luna is actually around $25 cheaper per night, right? So the biggest, I would say, advantage here from a budgeting standpoint is Terra Luna is going to be cheaper. Now, you'll see next we're going to talk about transportation, and Stella Nova definitely has an advantage when it comes to transportation, and that's why it costs a little bit more. And you'll see why. It really has to do with early park admission and getting into Epic Universe as early as possible. So from a pricing standpoint, we have Terra Luna Resort I priced it at $161 per night. And you'll see that's really, really low compared to some of the other Universal Orlando hotels during that same time period. So we were at $161 per night for the regular standard room. We were at $174 per night for the pool view room. So not that much more for the upgraded view. When we jump over to Stella Nova, we are at $185 per night for the regular standard room. And then for the pool view room, we are at $193 per night. So like I said, as you can see, around $25 per night. But when what I did was I looked, and let's compare these to some of the other Universal Orlando hotels for the same time period. Right now, the advantage of being here is you're closer to Epic. The other Universal Orlando hotels, of course, are closer to the original theme parks. And so at Endless Summer Resort, we were at $166 per night, so higher than Terra Luna. Right? That's crazy. For a Cabana Bay, we were at $164 per night. For Aventura, we were at $234 per night. For Sapphire Falls, we were at $277 per night. Royal Pacific, we're at $550. Hard Rock Hotel, we're at $606. Portofino Bay, we're at $635. And then the other brand new hotel here at Epic, Helios Grand Hotel, was actually sold out for those dates. So you could see that hotel, because it's, you know, Signature Collection, did sell out. These hotels, they're running some deals through the summer. So, you know, the time that I'm recording this video, there's a lot going on in the economy, everything, right? All that good stuff. You know, in this economy, can you go on a theme park vacation? Well, Universal is making it a lot more affordable even for families to save and still try to get those family vacations in, right? Because, you know, family time, you can't get that time back. And, you know, hey, listen, we're seeing some great prices here at the hotels, and they're really cool. And you're going to see next, one of them has a bigger advantage when it comes to transportation than the other. Okay, so we spoke about room types, we've spoken about pricing, but where is the advantage? Like, what is the difference between these two hotels, or which one should you stay at? And I think the huge advantage is going to be here at Universal Stella Nova Resort because of the transportation options. I should actually say the lack of transportation options in this specific one, but the walking path. So here at Stella Nova Resort and also at Terra Luna Resort, you do have shuttle buses that will take you to the theme parks. It will take you to Epic Universe, it will take you to Universal Studios Florida, to Islands of Adventure, it will take you to Volcano Bay, and even City Walk. The shuttle buses will take you to all of these theme parks. But in my honest opinion, the benefit here, the real advantage, is the walking path that's only really offered at Stella Nova Resort. Now, I've read online that Terra Luna does have a way to walk to Epic, but it's further away, and I actually think you have to walk on what's not officially like a Universal Orlando walking path sidewalk, right? So can you do it? Yes, I'm actually going to try it out, but I think that this one, marketing wise, Universal markets it as having a walking path, and that's so important when it comes to early park admission. But first, I'm just at the shuttle buses, and I'm doing this live in real time. I have to go find the walking path for myself, and we have to see what it looks like. Okay, so I just learned to get to the walking path, pretty much where I just was, which is where the shuttle buses pick you up, you will just walk straight past the shuttle buses. And now you'll see I'm on a walking path. So I'm gonna give it a try. I can't go to Epic Universe today. Well, it's actually media day, and the Park Prodigy team, we are at Epic Universe right now. I'm here hanging back at the hotel, but let's go see what this walk is like, and I'll keep you guys posted. All right, so you guys can see the hotel is right there. I'm continuing on our walking path, and take a look, and you can see right there is Epic Universe. So yeah, this walking path is going to be really, really convenient and definitely a game changer when it comes to early park admission. All right, so now here we are. Pretty much Epic Universe is right over there. And so as you can see, there's a huge advantage. And now speaking of early park admission, right? Universal has announced that Epic Universe will be participating in early park admission, and they actually plan to have Super Nintendo World and Stardust Racers, which is in Celestial Park, open for early park admission. My opinion is if you're looking for a great middle of the road hotel that gives you easy access to take advantage and get here as early as possible, people come at me, but my honest opinion is when taking advantage of early park admission, you want to show up an hour early. And the shuttle buses don't start running until an hour early, so you really want to put yourself in a position that you're at a hotel that you can walk to. That's just my honest opinion. I always say you want to get the most out of early park admission. If you could take advantage of it, right, by staying in an official Universal Orlando hotel, and even one that's this close. They're playing the music. That's really cool. I'm so excited for this park to open up. But you'll get that here. Now, we already went over it. From a pricing standpoint, though, you're paying a little bit of a premium. But from what we saw, right, it was a couple bucks. So if you want early park admission, being able to walk to it, you'll stay at Stella Nova. If you want to save as much money as possible, you're gonna go with Terra Luna. So that is it, everyone. As you can see, Stella Nova versus Terra Luna, there are some really similar comparisons, right? From a room standpoint, we have very similar rooms, which are standard rooms with 2 queen beds, around 315 square feet. From a amenity standpoint, from a dining standpoint, dining is pretty much exactly the same, just with different names. From an amenity standpoint, pools are very similar. The advantage, I would say, of Terra Luna is going to be it has a bigger hot tub, probably better for some adults, versus Stella Nova, where you do have the splash pad area, so better for families with kids. When we start to jump into the really important parts, it really all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for convenience and, again, early park admission, you gotta go here with Stella Nova. Bowling on a budget, you got to go with Terra Luna. But that's the video, everyone. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really hope that you found it helpful. Like I said, if you have more vacation planning needs, just be sure to go check out theparkprodigy.com. Hit that subscribe button, as I have a lot more similar videos just like this coming out in the coming weeks to get you as prepared as possible. And as a thank you for sticking around all the way till the end of this video, I do have a special promo code that you can go use on our website, theparkprodigy.com, to save an extra $50 off your next theme park vacation package. And that promo code is going to be MAGIC50. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.